Jasmine, and this is Lady Cloth U, where I share dressmaking tips and tutorials, show you my original pattern designs as well as how to create them, give you behind the scenes look at my dressmaking and alterations business with a sprinkle of fashion history. If that sounds like something you're into, be sure to tap the subscribe button. Let's get started. So here we have the bubble sleeve pattern laid out. We have the A4 paper printed out, my size key, small, medium, large. And we're going to get our ruler out and do our test box just to ensure that we have printed to scale. If everything looks accurate, you're going to go now and just cut out the actual pattern itself and tape it together. Okay, my pattern is laid out nicely. I've chosen this gorgeous brocade fabric that was left over for one of my custom projects. I place it on the fold and I'm just going to pin it. You want to make sure that you have everything lined up as far as parallel to the selvage. You want to make sure that arrow is even so it is properly on the grain line and you don't have any shifting issues. So we've cut all of 4 pieces in total. Right now I have one of the sleeves and it is the main fabric as well as the lining. I'm going to go ahead and fold that so that the right sides are facing each other, and I'm going to pin that down. Once I'm done, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and stitch down 5/8 for that seam allowance, and I'm going to do the same on the lining as well. Once I'm done, you can see here that I have pressed both of the seams open so that it's easy for me to take it to the next step. So I'm going to take the right side of the lining if there is one, and I'm also going to take the right side of the main fabric and I'm going to match those seams together so that they're facing each other, so that both of the seam allowance portions are facing outward as like this. Now with both the pieces, I'm just going to undo it so that the lining is visible and it looks something like this. So you're just turning that so that the lining portion is the most visible part. For this next step, you want to go to your machine and you're going to sew 2 rows of stitching while leaving about 2-inch space in between, as you can see here. And you're going to do that to the bottom. So that first line of stitching is going to be right at the edge, and you're going to do it all around again, just leaving about a 2-inch space in between. And then your second row should be about a 1/2 inch away from that original stitch. So you have your 2 rows. Again, it should look like this. You have your 2 bottom rows of stitching with that 2-inch space in between. Okay, so now we're going to go and turn this right side out, and it looks like this. I'm turning it right side out, so it should look a little bit something like this. And there you'll be able to see so far, like you have this little pocket here that you've created, and this would be the bottom of the sleeve so far. So you have your little pocket there. Now you're going to turn that and pull the fabric to this side. So once we have it laid out, we're going to go ahead to our iron and press everything down nice and flat. For this portion of the video, you want to make sure you pay close attention. So right here you can see that I have both the seams facing each other. What I'm going to do now is sort of flip this around, because what we're trying to do is create a sleeve where you don't see any visible casing seams. So the seams that you would use to sort of pull the elastic through, I don't want that to be visible on the actual sleeve. So we're creating sort of a tunneling system. So I'm basically going to flip them this way, and I'm going to pin it in place. And almost, if you ever created a scrunchie, it's kind of similar to that step where you now are just taking the right sides and facing them to each other and you're pinning them down. And it really comes down to how you run it through your machine. You're going to follow the same steps that you did before. You're going to create that 2-inch of spacing like you see here. So I'm going to basically mark it off. You can do it with a water soluble marker, you can do it with a piece of chalk. You're just going to mark off and say between this line and this line I'm not going to have any stitches. So for here I did 2 inches. So I'm going to sew 2 rows around, leaving that 2-inch space in between both the rows. So again, this is just me continuing to pin, prepping it to run it through my machine. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I have taken both my seams, I've stitched them. Now I'm going to go and just flip this so that it is facing the right side, and after you're done flipping it, it should look a little bit like this, or it should look exactly like this rather. Okay, so this is my sleeve. I've pressed everything down and now I'm ready to move on to the step of actually adding in the casing. Now for this you can use a bodkin, and it's basically a tool that you're going to use to pass the elastic through the casing, or if you don't have that then you can just go ahead and use a safety pin. So I take my safety pin and I'm basically just like you would any elastic casing situation, I'm just doing it the same way. So this would be the bottom sleeve. In my actual tutorial, it tells you the exact measurements. Usually you want to measure around your lower bicep and your upper bicep, just in case, you know, depending on how our arms, everybody's arms are different. If you have an upper bicep that's a little bit wider than your lower, you want to make sure you measure those, because that's how you're going to know how much elastic length you're going to need for this. So the lower bicep is usually a little bit smaller than the upper. So this is what it looks like when the casing, the elastic is run through the casing. As you can see, there's no visible seams. That's just the way I wanted it. I'm going to go with the machine, and just like you would any elastic situation, again, you just want to go to the machine and close those off. So my elastic is sewn down. So now I'm going to take my pins and I'm just going to close this up by using a top stitch on the very edge. So I'm just going to close everything up by first off pinning it. Make sure that when you're doing this technique that you haven't grabbed any of the actual elastic, because that's obviously going to affect the way this moves. So I just go in with my pins and I'm gonna go and just edge stitch it right across the seam right here, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the top and the bottom of the sleeve. This is what it looks like all done, our little puff sleeve. It's not too overwhelming, it's cute, it's subtle, but it still has a little bit of flair. This is what I love about the sleeve. Yep, and this is what it looks like all finished. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, make like a lady.